Cypress.
Welcome to the 186th District Court. Court is in session. This is State of Texas versus Richard De La Fuente, cause numbers 2020 CR 11910 and 2020 CR 12112. We're here today for pleas in each of these cases. We're conducting the hearing via video conference using the Zoom application. We're also using YouTube to live stream the proceedings to keep the hearing public. Time now is 10:24 a.m. on the 8th day of July, 2021. These proceedings are official, they're on the record, and they're being recorded by the official court reporter. Counsel and all present are instructed to act as though you were in court, and all are instructed not to record the proceedings. And if I could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Austin Stout for the state.
Robert Maurer for defendant, Your Honor.
Sir, are you the same Richard De La Fuente charged by indictment in each case? And in the first case I called felon in possession of a firearm. Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
And then are you the same Richard De La Fuente in the second case I called for theft between $2,500 and $30,000? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So you're at the jail on video, and there's a lot of background noise there. Do you know how to turn off your microphone and turn it back on? Do you know how to do that? There you go. Great. Thank you. All right. What I'm going to do is use a function of Zoom. It's called share screen. I'm going to show you each of the indictments in the case and ask you some questions. This is in 2020 CR 11910, the felon in possession of a firearm case. Are you familiar with this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over these with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand them?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I said them, but I haven't shown you the other document. Let me scroll down to 2020 CR 12112. This is a theft case between $2,500 and $30,000. Same question. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do we waive reading of the indictments?
We do, Your Honor.
Going to get out of share screen. I'll note that in each case, there is a discovery acknowledgement that's been signed and dated by both sides. I'm doing the same. And I make them a part of their respective records. Also note in each case, there's an application for community supervision, and I'll make that a part of the record as well. And then, sir, I'm going to go back to share screen. I'm going to show you in each case a document. It's called the defendant's consent to plea by video conference. And this is in 2020 CR 11910. I'll scroll down and use my cursor, circle around electronic signature. Is this your electronic signature on this case?
I'm sorry. Yes, Your Honor.
And then I'm going to show you the same document, but it's for 2020 CR 12112. And again, using my cursor, circle around electronic signature. Is this yours?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know it's sometimes hard to manipulate the microphones over there to turn them off, and I appreciate you turning them off. It's really loud back there. By signing the defendant's consent to plea by video conference in each case, you're telling me two things. One is that you understand normally we do pleas live in an open court, but that you are consenting to do the plea by video conference. Did you understand that when you signed the documents?
Yes, Your Honor.
The second thing is your electronic signature on those documents, as well as all of your electronic signatures on the plea packets before me today. You're telling me those are valid as if you personally signed those documents. Did you understand that when you signed the consent?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. I'm sorry.
I approve the consent in each case, and I make it a part of the respective record. I'm going to go back to share screen again, sir. I'm going to show you in each case something called the court's admonishments. And this is the court's admonishments in 2020 CR 11910. I'll scroll through because it's several pages and ask you, are you familiar with this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over this with Mr. Maurer?
I sure did, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
The bottom of page 3 on this case is an electronic signature. Is this yours?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to go now to the court's admonishments in 2020 CR 12112. Again, I'm scrolling through. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over this with Mr. Maurer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the bottom of page 4 of this case, again, there's an electronic signature. I'm using my cursor to circle around. Is this your electronic signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to get out of share screen. By signing the court's admonishments in each case, you're telling me that you understand the court's admonishments and you understand the rights are contained within it. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that you want to give up those rights. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the rights you're giving up in each case is you have the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that before you signed the court's admonishments?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing the court's admonishments, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea and the sentencing range for the offenses, which in 2020 CR 11910, the felon in possession of a firearm case, it's anywhere from 2 to 10 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand that when you signed the court's admonishments in that case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then in 2020 CR 11211, let me start over the cause number again, sorry. In 2020 CR 12112, the sentencing range for that case, the theft case, is anywhere from 180 days to 2 years in the state jail and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand that before you signed the court's admonishments in that case?
Yes, Your Honor.
I approve the consents, or rather I can approve the waivers that are contained within the court's admonishments in each case, and I make them a part of the record. Back to share screen, because this time I'm going to show you the plea bargains in each case. This is the plea bargain in 2020 CR 11910. You familiar with this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over this with Mr. Maurer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Scroll down to their signatures. I'm using my cursor to circle around one signature to the left. Now I'm using it to circle around another signature to the right of the document. Are these your two signatures?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me go over this one first, then I'll go over the second one. All right, on this case, or rather this document details for me your agreement with the state as far as punishment is concerned, and I'll let you know if I'm going to follow this part of the entry of your plea. It would be a cap of 10 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice with a $1,500 fine. The state is opposed to your application for community supervision. It says deferred adjudication here, but I don't think that's been requested. They'll run concurrent with the theft case we're about to do a plea on, but you're also pending a motion to revoke case as well in a felony cause. Taken in consideration for dismissal are 2 indicted felony causes. One's for credit card abuse, the other one's for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Taken in consideration for dismissal are 2 indicted felony causes. We're continuing on with other cases that are being taken in consideration. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 indicted felony causes that are going to be taken in consideration. 2 are for unauthorized use for a motor vehicle, one's for credit card abuse, and the other one's for evading arrest with a vehicle. Then also there's going to be 1 misdemeanor case, a burglary vehicle, will be taken in consideration for dismissal.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt. And in addition to those cases, there are 2 unindicted cases that are taken into consideration. They were committed after this paperwork was executed. And I can just tell you they're NITMAG 619020 and NITMAG 619021. They're both possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1 from 1 to 4 grams.
All right. It's not on the plea bargain, but just remind me at sentencing and I'll go ahead and take those in consideration. And I'll protect you, Mr. De La Fuente, as far as those being taken in consideration. It's on the record now. And I think it's agreeable, and I appreciate the state letting us know about those. All right, so one of your signatures, the one to the left, waives your appeal outside of the agreement, but the recommendations are you have no contact with your co-defendant and there's about 3 different complainants that are listed here. And you're also going to pay restitution in amounts to be determined by the Community Supervision Office on some of these other cases that are being taken in consideration, 2 of them. Is that your understanding of the agreement in that case, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, is that your understanding as well?
It is, Judge.
Let's go over to the plea bargain in 2020 CR 12112, the theft case. And again, that's up on our screen. Punishment will be assessed as a cap of 2 years in the state jail, be $1,500 fine. This will run concurrent with the felon possession of a firearm case that we're about to ready to plea on, as well as a motion to revoke in a felony case that's pending for you. Restitution will be determined by the Community Supervision Office for 1, 2, 3, 4 different complaining witnesses. They have different names than the others on the other case. And then one of your signatures, the one off to the left, waives your appeal. Outside of the agreement, the recommendations are that you have no contact with Circle K stores in Bexar County, and you'll pay some more restitution to Circle K as well. Is that your understanding of the agreement in that case, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, is that your understanding as well?
It is, Your Honor.
I'm going to get out of share screen. Sir, for each case, I'm not bound by a plea bargain. I do not have to follow the plea bargain. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
But if I do follow the plea bargain, then you lose your right to appeal in that case. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions are filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, any such rulings in either case?
No, Your Honor.
If I do not follow the plea bargain, then I'll allow you to withdraw the plea. We're going to proceed to trials if the hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll note again that one of your signatures on each of your plea bargains waives your appeal. Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
If not, then a plea of guilty or no contest to either of the offenses would have serious adverse effects on your immigration status. And I'll note that you certified on each of your court's admonishments that you are an American citizen. Counsel, for each case, do you believe that your client has a factual or rational understanding of the charge pending against him?
He does.
You believe he's been able to assist you in the defense?
Yes.
You believe he's mentally competent to waive rights and enter pleas here today?
Yes.
Sir, to the offenses that are listed on your indictments, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Is that for each case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty in each case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Other than the plea bargains, did anyone promise you anything in exchange for your pleas today?
No mouse.
No, Your Honor.
Did
Did anyone force you or coerce you to plead today?
No, Your Honor.
After going over these cases with your attorney, do you believe that pleading here today is in your best interest?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
After conferring with your attorney about these cases, do you believe that pleading here today is in your best interest?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Does the state have anything to offer to support the pleas?
The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments in both cases.
No objections, Your Honor.
They're admitted in each case. I reviewed the state's exhibits 1 and attachments in each case prior to getting on the record and find that the evidence supports the pleas in each case. Sir, for each case, I find that your plea was freely, intelligently, and voluntarily made, that there was sufficient evidence to support the plea and that you're mentally competent to enter into such pleas. In each case, I find you guilty, sir. In each case, sir, I'm going to order a pre-sentence investigation report and a TAP evaluation, and we will come back on another day for sentencing. Is there anything, well, and addressing Mr. De La Fuentes, we're about ready to get off the record here, but when we do, you need to stay on Zoom because you're going to meet with the court liaison officer from the probation department. They're going to go over some things for you to get you ready for the pre-sentence investigation reports. But is there anything else from either side in regards to the pleas?
Nothing from the state.
I got a question, Justin Moore.
Well, hold on before you do that. Let me just tell you that we're on the record, and if you have questions, you really ought to address them to your attorney, and I'll give you the opportunity to do that. But I just to protect you, I will wait until we're off the record and then pose the question to your attorney first, and then
Judge,
we'll see
I'll
if it's
try-
something I
what
can
you wanted
work
me to
with.
ask was for the court to consider setting bonds on the case.
We'll handle that off the record.
Okay.
Okay. So is there anything else from either side besides a bond setting issue?
No, Your
Nothing.
Honor.
State?
Nothing from the state.
All right. The matter is now concluded for now.